Hey, it's your girl Andrea. Looking a little different than normal lately. I'm actually leaving for about 24 hours to go down to Performance Beef's BeefTech Summit. So come along for the fun. We'll drive down. It's in Sioux City, Iowa. So I just have a bit of a road trip, not too bad. It's not like it's like a 6-hour drive or anything like that. Quick and easy, and then I will be gone overnight. So obviously Mom is going to handle it. I actually think Nathan's gonna watch the barn tonight because Mom has a shoot pool since it's Wednesday. So potentially you'll get some clips there, but obviously I've shared about Performance Beef before. I adore their team. We love the program, but this is their event and I'm really excited for everything it has to offer. So stay tuned. They're having me come down there to do some fun content just for their channels. And then I was like, let's make a day in the life video out of it too. Something different, road tripping with me, random shenanigans, connecting with other producers, having some good conversations. Maybe some of you are there, we'll find out. But first up, we're gonna jam out, hydrate, eat some snacks, and enjoy the sunshine driving today. I have a small vehicle because I could squish myself in there. Otherwise, I would have had to go park a ways away. So we made it, and you can tell that it's a bunch of farmers and ranchers in town because I got a lot of pickups. Our room, welcome to MTV Cribs Part 2 for the week, for tonight, not even the weekend. It's Wednesday. I have nice view of part of downtown Sioux City. That must be like a cinema. Fancy. Got checked in. Found a parking spot. All is well. Here's my room. It's gonna be interesting not sharing this with Nathan and dogs. I'm gonna have lots of space. So there we go. I'm gonna get ready. Probably run down there and see what's rolling. I know there's registration until I think like 6. I just realized that I forgot a belt and jewelry. So we're doing well here, folks. So this was supposed to look cuter with a belt and some Navajo pearls and some turquoise, but it'll be what it'll be. We are ready. It's a cute toilet in the background. It's like we're in the barn office. You guys are getting a really sassy version of Andrea today. You are welcome, but me and my plain Jane outfit. It's got some cool patches on it though. I'm here with Janelle, and I want to know what your favorite feature of Performance Beef is.
I love the ease, I guess, from the very beginning. We've loved the ease that all of our feed is there. So tomorrow, if somebody is sick, somebody has an emergency, anybody can hop in the tractor and feed cattle.
Right. Fun question. What is do you have a unique pen name on your operation by chance? Anything? Or are they all just typical?
Well, kind of. We've got Roscoe's House of Healing.
I'm guessing sick pen?
Yes.
Yep. I
Yeah.
like it. I'm here with Andy. What is your favorite part of Performance Beef?
Probably the bunk call.
Oh, the bunk call. Are you using the new one or like the OG?
We've only been on it for a few months, so
the
new one. Yeah.
So you're new to Performance Beef. Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
Yep.
I'm with Joan. Joan, what is your favorite part of Performance Beef?
That I can get on the app anywhere. Like I'm in Sioux City and I can look. Sometimes when we're on vacation, Steve will actually go in and look and see what's been fed and about the timing, so he knows if everything's getting done on the right time. That's kind of bad, but yeah, you can access it anywhere in the world, really.
Right. My dad's the same way. So like I'll feed on like the weekends in the summer and he's like, have you fed yet? And if I'm 2 minutes late, he's picking on me. But I'm gonna ask a question of what is your favorite breed to feed?
Oh, I really like a crossbred, so a black Bronco face. We call it BNC for a black nose Charolais.
Yep.
Honestly, anything that gains well and stays healthy, I'm fine.
Absolutely. Perfect. Well, thank you. What is your favorite feature?
That I'm gone and I didn't make any notes. I just gave the iPad to my daughter and my nephew and said, do chores.
I love to hear it. Okay. What is the most unique thing you've ever fed your cattle?
Potatoes.
Potatoes, like whole potatoes.
Yep, whole potatoes. Throw them in the TMR and feed them to them.
So were they like potatoes that weren't good enough for human consumption?
Just sorts. Yep. So I have a neighbor that does potatoes and they sort the discards and throw them in.
It's financial management software for ag at large, and we work with a ton of ranchers and feed yards specifically.
It's basically like Shark Tank right now, so pretty exciting.
And all of this flows through into your financial statements. You can also pay these bills, like I briefly mentioned before, with an.
How many enterprises can you have?
There is no limit to the number of enterprises, no limit to the number of categories.
The system is integrated with Performance Beef and provides 24-hour bunk reads, a reliable metric on feeding behavior, and AI-powered feeding and recommendations.
You know, fundamentally, the data streams that we generate, we have a 24-hour bunk read, we have a 24-hour metric on feeding behavior, and we have a daily recommendation or prediction of feed intake.
Our final, not shark, you know, what do they call the businesses? I don't know. So the final one, Farm Share. Farm Share was founded to empower independent livestock producers and meat processors with the tools they need to bypass corporate middlemen and sell direct to the market.
This is a problem. This is the U.S. food dollar. It is a report that the U.S. Department of Agriculture publishes every year to represent of the average dollar that a consumer spends at the grocery store, how much of that dollar makes its way back to a producer's pocket. It's staggeringly low. Today, out of every dollar that a U.S. consumer spends on meat, only 14 cents is making its way back to a producer's pocket. And we asked ourselves, what would it look like to create the largest network of processors around the world without owning a single plant? What would it look like to have a platform that empowered independent operators to run more efficiently, to maximize their throughput, and to reach greater capacity with their plants?
I'm with Jason and Mandy, and they are from Kansas. So what is your favorite part of Performance Beef?
The efficiency part of it.
Efficiency. Do you have a favorite part?
I would say the same.
Same thing. Okay, so efficiency, just making your life easy, not having to second guess, not having to do the math manually. Okay. Strangest thing or things based on our conversation that you fed cattle?
Cornstarch, potatoes, vinegar, mayonnaise. We've ranch dressing.
A lot of food byproducts.
That is wild to me. Is there one of them that you're like, I would feed this every day that did really well?
Cornstarch.
Cornstarch every day. It's a byproduct from human feed from Kansas City. Yep.
Day one, night one, I guess, wasn't even a full day, is done. So tonight was just a little bit of mingle, meet the team, like bring your iPad, run through it with the team, get your screen fixed, lots of stuff like that. And then they did kind of like a Shark Tank type pitching event kind of for like startups, and they were all agriculture based and very heavily into like cattle feeders. They had Ambrook, they had Precision Livestock Technologies, and then the Farm Share program. So they all were kind of unique. So Ambrook was the like accounting software that's very specific for multi-enterprise operations. So if you have like a trucking company in addition to cow-calf, in addition to feedlot, custom feeding, like works really well. And I'll link all of this in the video. That way you can creep on them if you want and check them out. Then they had the Precision Livestock Technologies, which was the AI software with the cameras that do the bunk calls and the bunk reading, and that does integrate with Performance Beef. So it'll kind of keep track of like pressure in the bunks type of situation. It was really cool to see. Logistically for us, it's just not something that we would do ourselves, but if you're a larger operation or you don't have like the manpower, the labor, it was a really cool presentation to see, and the fact that it does integrate with Performance Beef already is cool. And then the Farm Share is working on getting local beef. They're working now with processors. It was really cool to hear his story. He was a great presenter, lots of energy, and his journey into agriculture from watching Yellowstone and falling in love with it, and then moving to Montana and getting a job on a ranch when he previously was in like nerdy technology stuff in San Francisco, right? So really cool to hear his story. I'm excited for what he has to do. You know, direct to consumer beef is a really cool option. I really think shopping local and like buying local beef and vegetables and all things ag is awesome, but the logistics of it is so hard, and the big four packers control a lot of things in the beef industry. So if we can hit a little bit of strengths with local beef, and he's working with the processors, like local small processors, to kind of make that happen. It's just a really cool story, and I'm excited and hopeful that it will do something. But just a cool cool night to hear from them, because Performance Beef was a startup company, and hearing from the founders about their journey, comparing that journey to these startups and them giving them a space to put their thoughts out there was really cool. Because being a startup company, I've never obviously done it, but it's hard. I can only imagine, like, starting as a creator is hard. I can't imagine when you actually have a company and you have financial things to put into versus filming with your phone type of deal. So, and then mingling, I'm gonna go hang out with the PLA crew here in a minute, and we're gonna eat some food, maybe find a local dive bar, some sort of like karaoke or some shenanigans within that, and hang out and enjoy my time away from cows. I'm very introverted, but sometimes it's fun to, go spend some time doing something different. So, but tomorrow is a full day. There's a lot more going on tomorrow, a lot more of like dedicated speakers for performance beef type specific stuff, more of a story, new features, as well as a cattle facts report, which I'm very excited about. And Sterling gave me, my dad, Sterling is my dad if you didn't know, very strict instructions to listen to the cattle facts, so we know what the cattle markets are gonna do. But yeah, also you guys are seeing my sleeve start for the first time, so. Fun fact, you probably have not seen that because it's been cold. There'll be more eventually, but she's all tatted. Anyways, we will catch you in the morning, unless I add some clips from the fun tonight, but no promises, because we'll see what happens and roll from there. But it's been fun. And so far, there's been no new calves at home. So Nathan's currently watching, but.
Good morning. Getting ready for day 2. Should be a good day.
Put my bags back in the Jeep.
Hey, check, microphone, check, 1, 2, mic, check.
When I look at the goals for today, honestly, the big one for me is I want you guys to get to know us. I want you to know who we are, why we're here, who do we truly want to serve, who our target is, and I want you to get to know us. It's been 5 years. Many of you know who I am, but I want you to know who we are and our team. I added last year, so is when Dana and I put pen to paper on a company, Performance Livestock Analytics. At the time, in 2019, we launched Animal Health, the individual animal tracking. At that point in time, we got 1,200 customers.
So if you started using since 2024, sit down. If you've just been using since 2024, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17.
Into the feed yard, you see a sick animal, you identify that sick animal, you treat that animal, whatever, it's right in the palm of your hand with your phone. So making it really easy to use on your smartphone, that's critical, right? That's where it needs to work, that's where it needs to happen on Quick Treat. But that also works at the shoot side as well. When you click on invoices, it's going to be blank right away. But what you'll do out of the gate is I like to edit reoccurring. And so I can edit reoccurring. So for Tommy Johnson and Blythe Pather, I'm going to do monthly, first of the month, hit save, and it's going to start generating these invoices for me. And every month, it's going to generate an invoice. It's going to pop it up. From there, I can go in and click into each and every single one of these. So I can go to this overdue one. This one's overdue. It would start from December. It was a December month. It was net 30 days. It was due February 3rd. They haven't paid anything, so it's overdue. We highlight it, and if I want to send it, I can just go ahead and hit send. And what this starts providing me is more insights on all those closed groups. So I can look at Dad's profitability or loss over the last since 2017 on how well he's done or which years have been real rough. Obviously, 2023 was a real good year for our operation, but you can start looking at year by year how we've done. So this is broken out by origin, and so I can look at Tennessee versus Iowa with that average daily gain by year.
We suggest this is a sustainability slide. You can see that over time the cattle cycles roughly 10 years in length. This has been prolonged primarily because of drought. So there's some things out there that give us pause that, hey, the market should be kind of where it is. The challenge is you've got a packer with not much appetite. Reduced kills, they're losing money, wrong time of year for the beef to get going. And so you probably have a couple more weeks of reduced kills, limited appetite, and the market probably stays a little bit on the defensive. Not much trade yet. There's a little bit of 197 last couple of days in Kansas in particular. That'd be 2 lower than it would have been last week, just as a gauge. That's where the packer wants to be, 2 to 3 lower. We'll see what shakes. We feel like we've got the bottom side of it in here over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then we would suggest it's a grind for a minute. And then we would suggest it becomes more directional as you get out closer to the spring. This is just a reminder, this is looking at the north-south spread. In this case, we're looking at Iowa, Minnesota versus Kansas. And for the last 3 to 4 years, it's been very evident, I've got the circle, that there's been some huge premiums in the north. And we can list 8 to 10 reasons why. And I think there are that many reasons. You know, it's not all about supply. It's supply in relationship to shackle space. Also, the amount, who owns that shackle space? Do we have regional packers that are actively involved? How thick is the cash market? How good are the cattle in the cash market? All those, and how wide is the choice leg spread? All those are factors, and all those factors favor northern premium again as you go through the spring and summer.
I'm here with Tori. Tori is newer-ish to Performance Beef, so how long have you been on it?
Just over a year. We did 1 turn of cattle and starting our 2nd.
And you're going to stay on it. Obviously, you're here.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Hashtag influenced.
What is your favorite part of Performance Beef?
Probably the records that I don't have to retype into my computer, just having it all ready together.
Yeah.
And end of year stuff, not having to scramble to get it all back together.
Good old taxes. And
yes.
Stuff. Next question, and I'm probably not going to like the answer to this, but what is your favorite type of cattle to feed? Breed, whatever.
Okay, favorite breed of all would be like a really good Sim Angus cross.
I approve of this message.
For feeding, I'll do a Shark cross all day long, especially if I can buy them at a discount. Sign me up.
Boo. Boo. We have this debate all the time, so I was going to pick on her. But I'm here with Brittany. Brittany, what is your favorite part of Performance Beef?
My favorite part is that everything is precise. So we custom feed, and our guys are getting the exact amount of feed, and they're getting charged for the exact amount of feed that hits the bunk.
Kind of that reassurance of like, if you share data with them, they can see it, you know, and
exactly.
It's accurate. It's not just you writing down random data and...
Yeah, like we were doing 5 years ago.
Pen and paper or like Google Sheets or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
2 seconds. The other little boy said, well, it's pretty fast. To not using aminoglycosides, ginseng in cattle, the veterinary feed directive in 2017, no over-the-counter antibiotics. We have an unbelievable story of stewardship and understanding of antibiotics. More's going to come, all right? It's just the nature of the beast.
Your dry matter intake, what ration are they on, or what ration were they on? Ration in the morning, split that and fed a finisher in the afternoon. So you can physically see those splits along with that through that color change. So I personally like the dry matter by ration.
So there's
if this
your
was a second poll
performance
for me, or if this was a poll that
processing
I
app.
had some processing information on sample.
Showed you this before.
Now I can see, okay, what have we done to this calf already? What was its previous weight prior to? And what's nice here is once you get that second weight, kind of in the center of the screen, you can see an average daily gain of that animal.
Like I've shown this before.
Captured the weight the first time.
Well, folks, we're headed home. It was a good time. We'll do a little conversation here and roll out. So I'm chilling in the parking lot doing a video like a weirdo. This lighting is super fun. It was a really good event. I thought it went phenomenally well. There was a lot of really great things that happened and there's just a lot of really great conversations. And it was things from all the way the Cattle Facts report to new features, to the startup companies pitching and kind of sharing their hearts with us. I thought it was just a really great event, and obviously being able to connect with other like-minded producers and cattle feeders, those are my people. So just such great conversations with everyone who's in the same lifestyle and has the same struggles. It was a really good time meeting the team. And if you're a Performance Beef user or you've been like ever around them, they have one of the best teams, if not the best teams I've ever been around. So obviously whenever they're there, it's just a good time and they're super helpful, and I could not say anything better about customer service and like the support team they have. But we'll do a little farm check-in when we get home, and it was a really good time. So I'm glad I came. I don't think there was any new calves while I was born, as far as I've seen. Creeping on cameras and like lack of Snapchats or messages from Mom, and Nathan had nothing last night, so it might have been quiet. So maybe it'll get busy when I get home. I don't know. Stay tuned, I guess. But all right, so we're back. Mom had no cows until last night after I got home. At midnight, one of our very first bullbreds calved. So number 1 down at pen 6. She was in the spicy pen last year. Mom says she's being a little huffy puffy. She's in pen 6, not pen 5, which is the spicy pen. So it'd be what it be. Also, I just pulled my heifer from Sunday, whose calf passed away, out of the calving pen, and put the last cow whose calf passed, 799, that we pulled out of the field, in with 4516 calf. My cow is not eating, so she's not producing enough milk, and 799 has a milk buffet, and he's going to town right now, so maybe the 4th mom option is the winner. I hate that we have this many options, but anyways, not a single calf. They just hauled manure and hauled manure, paid rent for some ground, and called it good. So no calves. We'll keep rolling, I guess. She didn't kick at him once when she was in the head gate, so hopefully it'll work out. She did have some chunks in her 1/4 of her udder, so I did give her some meds up into her system. But yeah, he's nursing right now and she's not stopping him, so fingers crossed. Hopeful. I know. It's okay. You want to eat me right now or what? She can be a little, not mean, but protective. Also, if you put her in a situation by herself, she's a jumpy cow, so clear gates. So we've learned to work with her. She's manageable as long as she's not by herself. We don't ever like corner her off type of deal. But she's 11, so I wanted to do the heifer versus the 11-year-old. As long as he has a mom, I don't care. If my heifer's not gonna eat, she's not producing milk, like there's barely anything, it's just not gonna work out for him. So if she's not gonna produce milk, not gonna feel good, I need to sell her. But anyways, we'll see who's next. I need to go finish chores. It's all fun and games when I get home and we have 50-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, that wind is gnarly. We had to cut plastic off the silage and the earlage, and I was getting pelted with chunks of silage and it hurt my face so bad. Makes me laugh. I'm so out of breath from walking into the wind. It makes me laugh that the cows didn't calve at all while I was gone. Like the one at like shortly after midnight this morning, I was back. And that's the first bull bred baby. So exciting stuff. That's out of our Baldy bull. Cute little thing. The performance beef event, the BeefTech Summit, was awesome. I loved it. It was such a great way to connect with other producers, learn from the entire team, connect with them, because as I mentioned, like they have the best team ever. And learning just tips and tricks and new features that are coming. There's a lot of really new things coming, between quick treat with an individual animal through the health side of things to even more analytics, the dashboard. If you're custom feeding and you're sending invoices, you now can have them kind of like auto create and send out, which is really awesome. Things are getting much more detailed and we're getting more and more features, and there's gonna be a lot of them rolling out in 2025 and even beyond, and I'm really excited about it. So I know that I've been asked about Performance Ranch, which is the cow-calf software, a lot. So it's not up front and center to be created right now, but it is still on their radar. So it will come with time. They're just really focusing on their core feature of the cattle feeder right now. And they had to kind of redo a bunch of things and get speed going and processing even faster on the technology side of things, but they're working on it. They got grain banking coming, just inventory markup, like a lot of really cool things for custom feeders as well as those that are feeding cattle. But it was a great event. I love the little Shark Tank detail the night before, and obviously connecting and networking was a blast. But thanks for hanging with me. If you have any questions, as always, I am happy to answer them. I will link all of the brands that were there, those businesses, for the Shark Tank style little Q&A on Wednesday night, as well as anything else relevant in the description of this video. But as always, I am proud to partner with Performance Beef. I adore the team. They have been my longest partnership in the social media creation world, and I will continue to work with them because, I mean, y'all see it. We feed with them every single day. It's something that I never, ever, ever want to live without. They say that like a lot of people would rather stop feeding cattle than stop using Performance Beef, and that's pretty dang true. So it's a great piece of technology. But let me know if you got anything you want to know, you want to see, etc. But we'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully it's not 50-mile-an-hour winds where I am miserable, and as always, it's iodine. But see you next time.